It's been a minute though, man. How you guys been,
I,
man?
I was gonna say, yeah, man. I feel like, man. Well, I feel like I've been away for a few weeks still, but yeah, man, I'm good, man. What are you man telling me?
I've been ill. I've been recovering from my illness, and then hay fever started. The hay fever is just like a yearly subscription that I got, so that one will come in it. So that came right after me recovering from whatever variant of COVID I had. Slap me up. So yeah, if I look any type of way, man, it's just that, man. Yeah, I'm looking a bit mad at the moment. Probably sound a bit mad, but yeah, that's been me for the past couple of weeks, man. But happy that we're back. Obviously, still no Strizza, but we promise you, Strizza's still part of the gang. He'll be back soon to answer his Ange Postecoglou and his Spurs nonsense. But yeah, Mace, man, how about you? How you
I'm
been?
just looking at you talking about Ange Postecoglou. You're the innovator of that rubbish, bro.
He's the main perpetrator, bro.
You're literally
the main perpetrator, bro. This started on this pod and ended in group chat, bro.
Explain then.
You started
on record. What did I start?
You started it. You started the whole Ange is better than Arteta.
I didn't say that.
Ange Ball is better than Arteta.
Quote me properly. I didn't say that.
Okay. What did you say then?
I didn't say that. I said it's more fun to watch Spurs or Ange Ball than Teta Ball, and that's a fact. Whether Ange wins
on this,
whether Ange wins, however he goes about it, that's a different story. But Teta Ball, especially this season at least, you guys agree as well.
Anyways, just to kind of dead this conversation, it's more fun if you're watching as a neutral and they're not chasing you.
Of course.
Like, yeah. And so sorry. And they're chasing you, my bad. And they're chasing you. Because they're gonna ship in goals. You know that they're not going to be defensively resolute. You know they will ship in goals. So it's more fun to watch them, say as a Liverpool fan, and say Liverpool and Spurs are going head to head. You know it's more fun to watch them because they will lose.
No, I get that. I get that part, and that's without that part. But just taking Spurs, Ange Ball, and Teta Ball this season.
Yeah. I'm just not I'm not subscribing to it, bro.
And I know you can't subscribe to it because you man are now all of a sudden this season. You man are now, as long as we win, we don't care how we play. As long as we win, bullshit. But shut the fuck up.
Even that, they're acting like we didn't go to PSV and drop how many goals? Do you know what I mean?
7.
They're acting like we didn't go West Ham and drop how many goals at the London Stadium, bro? Like this whole the way Arteta Ball has actually been like the narrative behind it. I don't even subscribe to that either,
bro.
Like,
the narrative you must subscribe to it yourself, bro. What are we talking about? You must subscribe to it yourself.
It's not consistent, innit? Because it's one of those ones where we pick like. In moments, fine. It can be like terrorism ball, fine.
But
it's
been the
vast
majority.
Identity.
No. But it's been the vast. We'll cover it later. But it's been the vast majority of the season. So are you telling me the vast majority of the season you played ball? Is that what you're telling me?
I'm saying it's not. I'm saying it's not been as bad as you man are making it seem. That's what I'm saying.
No, we're not saying
there was definitely a stretch. There was definitely a stretch where it was drab, and it. But I mean. That was only like in parts. I would like to say that to make a sweeping generalization.
So are you telling me the vast majority this season of your games have been good ball? Is that what you're telling me?
I'd say more often than not. More often than not, definitely.
To be honest, man. If you're using this season as like a reason, then you can take it.
Yeah, it's just been this season. I'm talking about this season. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Thank you, Mace. At least you're being honest.
If you're talking in general, then I agree with you. In general, then I agree.
No. In general, obviously, of course not. Because I think last season, what Toast is saying about this season, that was definitely the case last season, where in draps you played terrorism ball, but overall the soccer was good. The season before that, the soccer was fantastic. But this season, come on, man. Toast, you have to be honest. Mace is honest, but you have to be honest as well, man.
No.
The vast majority has not been good. Nah, bro, because the way your fan base is divided, it's annoying me, man. There's never like one opinion.
But even still, though, there's context and nuance to even if you want to make that argument, Andy, because of the injuries, bro. Like, there's context and nuance to it. There is.
But even without the injuries, the first 10 games, the games weren't looking good neither. And I've been saying it then as well. Yeah, you got your wins, and that's when you were telling me it doesn't matter. It don't matter how we win. We getting our dubs. That's what you said, Toast. That's what you said.
Yeah.
So don't back down. Don't backpedal.
I stand on it.
You better do, because you know it's nonsense. So you better do.
Hey, Connie.
Check complete. Let's head over to the bar.
Hey, but I ain't even done my proper intro, man, because of Mace. Mace wanted to pour me
This
up,
is
man.
the intro, bro. This is the intro. Let's go.
Hey, man, we're talking ball. We're getting into it, man.
We're talking ball. We're getting into it, yeah. All right, let's get into it, man, in terms of the Manchester derby, because that was obviously the game of the week. I'm not even going to lie to you. You guys can lead it, because hand on my heart, I said this to my wife and my kids. After the first half, I'm like, I'm not watching this game again. I'm going to do household chores, man. I left, and I knew this game would end in 0-0, and it ended in 0-0. So, obviously, you guys lead it. If you watch the whole game, what happened in the second half? Because I can't tell you. And I didn't even bother watching highlights neither.
Lucky for you, man, because that was a snooze fest. It was a major snooze fest. And yeah, why are we talking about this, man? It's just I think the
we have to, man.
Starting point. And I guess no, we have to, but the starting point is kind of what like the Neville did say in the after the game about how the game generally is becoming very boring. So essentially,
is that what you want to discuss?
Yeah,
why the game,
I think following
football's getting boring.
Boring, yeah, and especially just the Prem. Why the Prem is getting boring? I think so far.
What does he mean? What was this context? To
be fair, I didn't catch the context, but I think from my point of view, I think it's gotten to the place where that whole position of that Pep ruined the game.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Right. And so in order to, as like a way to stop that style of football, a lot of teams have employed a way to just stop it, which is just that kind of low block football, and the team with possession tries to unlock the low block football, and that's just boring. And then you have the inverting left back, inverting right back, etc. That's just boring. So to a very high degree, I agree that football has become a little bit mundane. And my second point is it's also been ruined by the refs. So if you put all just two things together, you get a very unappealing, shitty product. I'm not sure what you want to think, because I think that's
what do you think,
conversation to be had.
I mean, I'm a pivot to the refs point, man. Honestly, I'm honestly at the point where I'm satisfied for them to do away with VAR and the refs just make the decision. That decision they make on the pitch, I'm done with it, because some of the decisions that you see now in football with the use of VAR, it's just criminal, bro. Honestly, because it's like there's such an obvious decision to be made. The VAR is too scared to reverse the referee's decision, or the referee won't have the wherewithal to let it go to VAR. The referee will just make an immediate decision, and then the VAR, they're too scared to basically reverse the referee's decision. So what is the actual point of having it? Like, it's pointless, because the VAR and the referee want to be in cahoots. So whether or not the referee made the wrong decision, the VAR wants to basically be aligned, because that's basically his boy. It's dumb. Like, man, I'm sick of it, man. And honestly,
to be honest, I like VAR. I like what it stands for, what it does, because I think like for the majority of it gets the right decisions, right? But I think the point that you're making, that's the one part of VAR that I don't like, where like it doesn't seem like the referee on the pitch has autonomy, even if he gets dragged to the screen, right? You can disagree with whoever's in your ear. You can stand on business, you know what I mean? This happens everywhere. Prem, even in the Eredivisie here, you see it every single time where like referees, they make a decision, they stand on their decision, but they get called up to the screen, and all of a sudden your mind has changed. Stand on business, innit? So,
but I also think, just to interject here, I also think it can go the other way around. So the example I'll use is the Mouslow Skelly penalty, which I don't think Hunt Hart is a penalty. I think it's very soft.
Come on, man.
Clearly, I think most people can see that was soft. Well, I was expecting
the ref gave
The ref gave
gave
that. So
yeah.
when I say can go the
Mhm.
other way, VAR can be like, listen, go. Like, I don't think this is a pen. Go watch it again.
Yeah. But they,
You
but
understand?
This is my issue, Mace. Like,
Yeah. So
if a VAR looks at that, can you say that's clear and obvious, which is what they've always defined it by? No.
Yeah.
So the penalty should not be given. But they're like, oh, the referee's given it. I've watched it on the replay. I'm going to give it. I'm not going to re-ref the game.
interject.
Well,
But then the
sometimes
other
just
way
use common
around,
sense.
yeah. So it does lend that kind of criticism that I think I brought up not time ago in this pod about someone comparing PGMOL as like a group, like the police, where they're all grouped together to protect themselves.
Yep.
And there isn't any criticism within themselves to say, okay, for us to be good, because in order to be good, you have to hold everyone to account. So you need to be in a situation where, listen, we don't think this is a good call. Have a look at it. And if the ref says, I'm standing by my decision, fair enough.
To be fair, Howard Webb does sometimes come out. I'm not defending him, but he does sometimes come out and say like this was not a good decision. You got like the old referee that's on Sky Sports,
Mike Dean,
that routinely criticizes the referee's decisions as well on TV. So,
but Howard Webb's position is the PR guy. He's supposed to come out and say things and to get the public perception back at, okay, it's just human mistakes. But sorry, Toast, you're about to say something. But just the repetition of mistakes, the repetition of mistakes, it's just it's building to that kind of like.
I'm guessing you're talking about your club and the amount of things that you feel.
Yes.
We'll get to there. Let's stick to how refs are ruining football.
I agree. Like, of course, like I have a bone of like a
bone to pick.
I got a bone to pick. So in this particular matter, but because obviously you can only speak from your own experience, right? If you look at the Mouse Live Skelly matter, where we knew that red card at Wolves was blatantly not a red card, and they go to double down. You understand? To say, yeah, we think it's a red card. When everyone and their mama knew it wasn't. Do you understand? So I just think with PGMOL, and I have said this for time now, what we need is breaking that particular organization up and just essentially make it seem like a job where anyone can apply. Of course, you need the experience. So what it does is that it breaks that. Okay, we must stick together. We must sing from the same hymn book. There is no accountability because the refs play a vital role in football. And if you don't have a ref or an organization that can be scrutinized, then we will have the issues we have here where refs just make nonsensical calls. But Toast, sorry for cutting you off. Go ahead.
No, man. I mean, I just want to double down on my point, really. Like, I've said this many times on pods. We did not used to speak about refereeing decisions anywhere near as much back in the day, as we do now. I feel as if we speak about one every week. It was one of those ones where back in the day, if a referee makes a decision and he gets it wrong, it's human error. My issue is human error can happen. Referees are human. My issue is it goes from human error to incompetence when you actually have a replay and you still come into the wrong conclusion. Quickly pivoting, I don't know if you guys saw the Crystal Palace Brighton game this weekend. Eddie Nketiah got clipped. If you actually look at a replay, he clearly got clipped. Somehow, some way, they came to the conclusion that he dived. He got a yellow, and then resulted in him getting 2 yellows and getting sent off. Yeah. But why can Match of the Day come to the conclusion 3 hours after the match that no, there was actually contact on Eddie. He shouldn't have got a yellow here. It should have been a foul or a penalty or a free kick or wherever it was. Like, you've got the replay in real time and you can't come to the right conclusion. So, like I said, I'm just saying human error is one thing, but when you have a replay and you're still coming to the wrong decision, that's just incompetence, man. I'm sorry. And we can't have that, man. So for me, it's scrap VAR and you live with the results of a human referee, man, because it's getting ridiculous, man. Like, for me, scrap VAR for on-field decisions. For me, VAR works for offsides. I mean, for me, that's been black and white.
They're bringing the semi-automated now, so that's not going to be them man anymore. So it's going to be semi-automated, which is good. Finally.
And do away with all the subjective stuff, because for me, it's the subjective stuff. Because in my opinion, they're getting the subjective stuff wrong consistently. While on onside or offside is objective. You're either on or either off. You know?
Yeah, true. But yeah, let's let's stick to the Manchester derby, of course, one of the biggest games in football. I know it was a snooze fest. I know it was boring. Obviously City. I mentioned this, I think, in the last episode as well. I was like, are we sure that City will be back next season? Are we sure that they are gonna be top of the points again and fighting for the title again next season? Because for me, I'm not sure, but I don't know neither if Pep Guardiola is finally going through what Jose Mourinho went through in 2017 when he left, when he was at United, where we finally saw, okay, yeah, this Donny is not washed, but he's going downhill. Is this the case with Pep as well, you guys think? Are you, you guys are scared to say it?
No, I was gonna say, I think sometimes you're as good as your players, because sometimes because it's interesting. We're going to talk about this discussion later, but KDB retiring might be kind of like a very like a flashpoint in the whole conversation.
Project,
because in the City project, because how are you replacing a player like KDB? And look at what KDB has done for City and has done for Pep. So I think when I do say as good as you, well, let's wait and see. Wits is not KDB. We've seen Wits ball, and they are two different source. They're two different source. To answer your question, I think we have to wait and see. Next season,
you better shook.
Next season says it all.
You know what? For my opinion of it is, I don't want to be a prisoner of the moment, and I don't want to do the recency bias thing. Like, City have looked horrible this year. Like, let me not lie, City have looked horrible. And I was looking at the table the other day, looking at it now actually. How far are City off Liverpool? City are 21 points off Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? That is criminal. They've been bad all season, and it's for me. I see this story as more of a one season blip than what City are. Like, I just feel as if like them man are kind of almost all on holiday. They've only really got the FA Cup to play for. Once they went out of the Champions League, they've been so far off the league. Like, City have been dreadful, man. Honestly, like the fact that City are dragging in a top 4 race with Forest, Chelsea, Newcastle. Like, come on, City are 6th as of right now because Newcastle are winning. Criminal, man. But I'm not ready to say that suddenly Pep can no longer coach, man. Do you know what I mean? There's gonna have to be major changes next season still. Even in the window this summer, I still feel as if City need a couple of more pieces to really secure what their identity is going to be, because KDB is a huge miss, man. And right now, we've seen that Haaland, I know he's injured right now, but Haaland can struggle without creativity in that team. We've come to see that. So I'm intrigued to see what their identity will be now going forward.
Playing devil's advocate here. Sorry, just playing devil's advocate. Isn't a measure of a manager how he manages with less players, with less better players? So we should really judge Pep this season with how he's done without these players.
People say that, but I totally disagree. Of course, like, if you manage, like, let's say like a Jurgen Klopp, for example, who brings the best out of, like, I don't want to say mid players, but not like top of the pop players, or he brings like almost players to like a high level. We've seen it at Dortmund. Players like Blaszczykowski, who was great for like 2-3 seasons. We haven't heard from him again. The centre back Subotic, if you remember him and Hummels. Subotic was cold as well. We haven't heard from him. You know what I mean? So there's some managers that, yes, they can do that with those type of players, but there's also elite managers that get the elite teams and the elite players, and that is also hard because some mid managers can't work with elite players. That's why I don't want to play it down with like, is the measure of a good manager them managing with lesser player? Yes and no, but for Guardiola's sake, nah, I don't think so. I think Guardiola is a manager that needs to work with elite players and gets the best out of elite players consistently, and that's harder than what a club does, in my opinion.
But surely you have to find ways to win. That's ultimately what sports is about. Of course,
and that's why I think what's happening now with City is that it's a point that you made earlier with football getting boring. He has a lot of disciples in the game right now. The non-disciples are finding ways to nullify them. City's players, they've been here for years. So most of the league know what City is about, and they know how to nullify City. Now, I mean, it's funny, like the way Ola Aina explained it. With City, it's kind of easy. They're in front of you. So you kind of know how to deal with them, unless KDB's in form, Bernardo Silva's in form, and they can pick the pass. If them man are not performing, Phil Foden's not performing, City are not doing nothing. And that's just basically how it is. So it's up to Pep Guardiola to make sure that he, like I said, KDB leaving is a huge thing. He needs to get Phil Foden to talk. He needs to get Bernardo Silva if he stays to talk. That's his job right now. And in my opinion, I don't know if that's going to happen to that elite point again. That's
especially
what I
Phil
think.
Foden. I think Phil Foden. Do you guys seen him?
I don't want to be there yet with Phil Foden. That's my boy. Hey, you guys weren't there in the academy days, man. But
But my issue with Phil is that he's never been that guy.
This is his time.
Fair enough, but history, like your past, kind of gives us a glimpse to your future, eh? But he's never been.
His past, he's won every single individual award in the country, bro.
The point I'm making is that he's done it on the backs of the KDBs, the Silvers, the Rodri, the etc. Like he's never been that guy to take City over the line. And we tried it with England. It didn't click. That's my only issue with Foden.
So do you feel like Phil Foden didn't have a hand in City eventually overcoming Liverpool and Arsenal last season?
This is what I'm saying. I would say.
Sorry, let me finish. I think he did, but when we think about the project next year, you need the main staple, right? You need that guy to will you over the line. So Phil's next step is becoming the player we all think he will be, right? Mm-hmm. The main staple of City. The question is, can he do it? And I'm not too sure, because I haven't seen enough examples to say, okay, he can do it for a 38-game stretch. I haven't. So now that's his biggest target, is for him to be that guy. I just haven't seen it.
Go on, Toast.
That's my only issue. Go ahead, Toast.
Yeah, man. I was just gonna say, I mean, I don't know if I can agree with that necessarily. Obviously, Haaland's first season was unbelievable. He had another great season last year, but I would definitely say that Phil Foden was probably the big difference last year, in my opinion. Like 27 goals in all competitions, 19 Premier League goals, bro. Like, come on, man. Right now, we're 32 games into the season. There's only 3 players that have got 19 league goals, bro. That's Mohamed Salah, that's Erling Haaland, that's Alexander Isak, bro. So that's just already showing you how difficult it is to get 19 goals in a Premier League season. He did that last season, bro. Do you understand? So we need to give him his flowers, man. City do not win that title last season without Phil Foden, bro. Do you know what I mean? So, like, I think it's a bit unfair to him to say that he's not contributed. But I'd say particularly these last 2 seasons, innit? So not this season.
And I will blame like the English media for that. I would definitely blame the English media for that, because of course, like, I don't want to make it a race thing. Phil's my guy, man. But obviously, like, they were putting him on a pedestal above all the other English talents. When, you know, on hand on heart, I can't really say like he's way better than Bukayo, for example. He's way better than Jude Bellingham. They were saying that, yeah, Phil Foden is the one that's going to lead England to the whatever. When, especially with England, English team, that I agree with you, Shalom, that he has never proven with England that he is the guy within England. Whereas Bukayo has proven that, especially after the Euro disappointment, he stepped up. Jude Bellingham, we know he's the maverick of the team. He's the clutch one. You know what I mean? So in terms of England, I understand it. But yeah, Toast, spot on, man. Like, in terms of Prem last season, man, brother.
No, great point you made just then. I would actually say he probably has more to prove as an England player than as a City player, in terms of like him being the guy. Like, you look at Euros last season, I remember like everyone was just saying, by any means possible, whether he's playing cam, whether he's playing right wing, left wing, you need to get Foden into the team. And we were trying to put like a square peg in a round hole the whole tournament, trying to get Foden to play, and it wasn't clicking. But City, different story, man. Like, this season's been a bit of a blip, fair enough, but last 2 seasons, Foden, man, hey, man.
So on the basis of what we just discussed just right now, for Pep to have a good season next year, he's going to need Phil to step up massively.
Yeah.
So do you guys hand on heart feel he would do that?
I think not just Phil, right? I think Phil, Rodri, all his top players need to step up. That's what
So
it is. But it's up to Pep. It's up to Pep to do it.
Right. So,
get
like
that.
for example, Bernardo Silva, I wouldn't be surprised if they sell him this season. Right. I
Yeah,
wouldn't
could
be
go.
surprised.
I can see
Right,
that.
same,
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So who else would be is in that midfield? Who else are we looking? Who else? Rodri and
Bro, they
Phil.
will sign players.
Bro,
No,
Okay,
that's
that's
they will
this
sign
summer,
players.
bro.
No. This
They will
is
sign
what
players.
I'm saying. No, I agree. What I'm saying is now everything is made up for him to step up and take the helms and become.
Of course.
Yes.
Mhm.
So my question is, what has he shown us that tells you that he will do that? Because I've never doubted Phil's talents and the numbers you've
Bro, we just told you he nearly scored 20 goals
And
last season, bro,
I
in
get
the
you,
league
I get
only.
it. My point is the point I'm making about that City team is that you're doing it off the back of great players, and the sample size is England, because we know kind of England is where it's all chaotic. It's all like it's not.
But
You know,
that's unfair, man. I think you're being harsh on him because
They
even
said
back
he's
in the day
riding the
with
coattails, you know.
even back in the day, he's not riding coattails in that City team last season specifically.
crazy.
let
bro.
me tell you something. When I remember telling my partner this, I said if I had a son to play football, I wanted to play like Phil Foden. I've always rated Foden, always, but the more time goes, and the more I look at what Foden, because with City, it's built around him. Do you understand? With great players, England isn't. If you want to see the measure of a good player, look at the good players that have stepped up for England. Those are guys where it's on your back. The pressure's in your back. Can you do it? We know who the players they've done. Kane has done it. Saka has done it. Jude has done it. You know, these are players who you can say, okay, great players. But with Foden, I'm not sure. And I think next season will be.
But is this about England or is this about City? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the pressure when all eyes are on you to be that guy. And I don't think Foden has done it in England when all eyes were on him to be that guy.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
I'll be honest, man.
But let's see.
Like,
Let's see next season then.
if you're telling me going into a season you have Haaland and Foden beating Batman and Robin, bruv, I'm good with that, bro. Like, I'm good with that. A couple of complimentary pieces around, but I'm good with that, bro. Do you know what I mean? So
fair enough. I wish him well. I'm not sure. I'll be a believer because I believe in his abilities. But from what I've seen, when the pressure hits, he goes missing. I'm sorry.
Let's discuss United then, because obviously they're languishing. What place are they now? 13th or something?
They are
13th, yeah. Still in overdraft, the goal difference. 13
owing
Ls.
the league goals, man. Come on,
They're
man.
owing the league goals, bro. Like, I mean,
Oi.
people are saying like the football, at least for the past couple of games, have been good, but it's just the results. The results is not really matching it, and I think that's a pretty fair assessment, to be honest, in regards to Man United, where I am super intrigued. Like, what do you guys think in terms of next season? Ooh, excuse me. What do you guys think in terms of next season with United? Because they are also very dependent on the players that they bring in, right? And moving forward. Are you guys a believer with that one? Or do you guys think, Amorim might be a goner next season?
Right. I would be very frustrated to see 5 at the back whenever like we're having the team is attacking us. That type of football is boring as fuck. It's boring. I just don't like I don't like that 5 at the back.
Yeah.
I just don't like it. So
I think his thing is more free at the back, though.
He's free at the back, but when you attack, when you're
defending,
you see that 5, that 5 players, and I just found I don't know. I just don't like that style. That style is dependent on the right players.
Yeah,
the right players, and are United in the position to attract the right players? That's the question. That's it. So if they're going to continue with Amorim and thereby continue with that formation, then they need to attract the right players. And
Should
that's
Bruno
basically
leave?
To who?
Definitely not, man.
Madrid.
Bro. If
I
if
don't think
Bruno
he's a
leaves,
Madrid-
they may as well
I
just
don't think
start
he's a
playing the
Madrid
youth
level
team.
player. But I'm just asking, should he consider his options, or does it look like a career, like a Heung-min Son kind of career?
Yeah. I think what United would do, they would make him an offer to stay just to boost that contract. But I would have liked Bruno at Barca. I don't think Barca has the money. Perhaps he can go Italy or PSG. The Italy, I think. Italy or Madrid makes the most sense.
I think Bruno will stay. Just the personality that I see from him. He loves being like the guy. Do you know what I mean? The set piece taker, the string puller, the penalty taker, the corner kick taker. Do you know what I mean? He has a lot of license to take risks, to do those crossfield balls, to lose the ball, to be aggressive, pick up yellow. So, man, in Real, he'll become one of many. Can he play at like a level of Real? Absolutely, I believe so. But like Bruno, and I said this a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
Who would you replace in the Real team?
I think he'd be like he'd be like what Trossard is to us in terms of he could start, doesn't always start, is starting level ability, but maybe is probably not a starter. Do you know what I mean? That's probably the level that Bruno would probably be at Real, in my opinion. I don't think he would start every week, and I don't think he should even expect to. And all the nonsense that he does, like the good and the bad that you take with him in the Man United, he'd have to cut that out because he's not going to see as much of the ball. He's not going to be the main guy to like dictate tempo in games, in my opinion. But, and I said this a couple of months ago, man, like if you strip that Man United team out right now and you take Bruno out of that team, like that team could be in the relegation zone. Like I honestly, genuinely, hand on heart, believe that. And I don't care for Man United, but I definitely do feel bad for Amorim because honestly, this crop of players are fucking dog shit, man. They're horrible from top to bottom. We were talking about Garnacho a couple of months ago. This guy is actually nowhere near as good as I thought he was. I am so shocked at what I'm seeing. And it's one of those ones where we're like, oh, he's young. But I always say the cream of the crop should always rise to the top. We saw like what Mainu did when he had his opportunities in the first team. Yes, I understand it's a lot of pressure for a young player. Like Garnacho is a young guy. I can understand that. But man, he's been stinking out the joint for a while, man. I'm not going to lie. You're looking at the rest of the team. Like Casemiro, he's way past his best. Højlund's just the most absent striker. Like you can play 90 minutes and if Højlund's starting or Højlund's on the bench, you wouldn't be able to tell. He has no impact on the game, doesn't score, doesn't make good runs, can't finish. Just man, like I said, I can't call him Acne Chris Wood anymore because that's a disrespect to Chris Wood. So I need to find a new striker in it. So I'll come back.
Low-key, and then Loki's sorry, Toast. Low-key, I feel like Xerxes is being it's not being utilized well at United. I like him as a player.
I like Xerxes. I don't know why. I'm seeing good like technical ability. I'm seeing good feet from him in flashes, and I'm like, there's actually a player there. Maybe it's just like the wrong. There's just I don't know. It's weird. Like even his build is just weird, bro.
I think with me and Xerxes, it's a Sancho thing. I don't think premise for him.
Yeah, you reckon?
Yeah, I think he could hoop in other leagues potentially, man.
Yeah,
sure.
like Italy was perfect for him. That's why he hooped there. Absolutely perfect. Yeah. He should have gone AC, to be honest. I think premise a little bit too physical and too fast for him. Even though he's a big, strong guy, but at the top of the top, it will get too physical for him, and that's why he will.
All right, cool. Let me do this, innit? Let me do this. Stop me when you hear a player that you'd want in your team in a rebuild. Onana, Maguire.
Fuck no. I told this guy.
Euro, Dorgu.
I'll take Euro. I'll take Euro for the bench.
Dallo.
Yeah.
Højlund.
I'll take Dallo.
Garnacho.
You take Dallo.
Yeah,
that's a whole 11 I named. And besides Bruno, I only heard you stopped me once at Euro. I think that says everything. This United team are the worst.
Surgery,
like, man. Like that derby was shadow of their former selves derby, man. Honestly, man, that was horrible.
So should they keep should they keep Ruben Amorim, or do you reckon the future lies elsewhere?
They should.
They just need to give him a couple windows, man, because
Yeah.
like if he doesn't
ball
cook
is
with his own
there.
players,
You see the system. They now have a clear system that they didn't
Yeah.
have with what's his name, Erik ten Hag. It's there, bro. Like, so I think he just needs his pieces. But will he get his pieces, like you said? Because United is not attractive, and that Europa League must be won to get into the Champions League. More so for
Only
them than Spurs, in my opinion.
My only problem with because I always go back to that formation, and I do agree that the style is there, is that formation usually when the elite managers use it is used to win something. It's very kind of like surgical. And would United fans want to see 2-3 seasons of this type of formation?
He's not going to get that. He's not going to get that.
Okay, fair enough. So yeah, he's going to have to do like win something or play really well, and that's dependent on the right players.
I think next season, I think his target is definitely be top 4 and a trophy, like a cup of some sort. Because obviously, at least in terms of one of those domestic cups, that's the standard that Erik ten Hag has set at the minimum. At least he's done that. Now I mean, so I think that should be expected from Amorim as well, to go on a run in domestic cup competitions and actually be in a top 5. Obviously, we get 5 spots now in top 5 to get Champions League. So that's the bare minimum, man, in my opinion.
I'm sorry, man. I don't think United have a chance in hell of getting anywhere near top 4 next season still. I'll be so real, man.
Shit can change, man. We saw where Nottingham Forest was last season.
Significant transfers, man. Significant investment, bro. In my opinion.
Is Rashford coming back?
I really hope Villa have a buyout clause, man.
I think
that
Villa
boy
will
is thriving, man. They will be fools not to. That boy's been hooping.
Yeah.
All right.
Shout out the greater Manchester teams, man. Long may they shitness last. Let's go to the other games. Obviously, we had 2 games this week. Obviously, midweek games. We'll start with the Gooners. You guys played Fulham midweek, 2-1 win. That was a Saka return, right? Where he scored a header. Was that game? Yeah, it was that game.
Yeah.
Marino scored as well. Rodrigo Muniz with a goal. I think he had another chance to make it 2-2 as well. But yeah, Fulham, so it's a difficult game. So a good win for Arsenal there. And then obviously a difficult away trip to Goodison Park. Lunchtime kickoff. With kind of like a big team, to be fair, to be honest. I think only Rice, Raya, Saliba were like genuine starters. Who else?
Marino, technically.
Yeah, Marino.
But you can chuck him there,
Yeah, you could chuck him there. So 3-4 starters.
I guess.
Nah, I think in your best team, he's not starting. I think.
Yeah,
agreed. Yeah, no, I think you named everyone, and maybe Miles Kelly now.
Maybe Miles Kelly as well. So I think in general, Arsenal started well. You matched Everton's physicality, but Everton is Everton, man. Especially at their home ground, man. They use the crowd well. They have very, I don't even want to say good, but they got bully like players that love the chat. I love the Mikalenkos, the Beto, just the nasty stuff. They love it, man. The Tarkovskis, Etanto. Obviously, you guys took the early lead. Great goal from Trossard. And then obviously you alluded to it earlier, man. The penalty that you received. Well, in my opinion, it wasn't even soft. That was not a penalty. Like, it's not even like. Because sometimes when you call something a soft penalty, that means you can see why it's given. I don't see how this was given. This was not a soft penalty. This was not a penalty, full stop. And I think this is one of the, couple, I think, decisions that Arsenal have been, receiving against this season that, that you can feel hard done by. However, there's a big however in this. You guys always leave yourself at mercy at these decisions. And that's what's killed you this season. Like, there's not enough attacking impetus. There's not enough chances created. There's not enough goal scorers. Maybe if you started with your main shooters, maybe you would have put them off the park. There would have been a huge chance of that. Maybe, I'm never going to deny that. But regardless, why do you guys keep yourself at the mercy of these decisions, man?
It's just how the team is built. Like right now, without attackers, you're going to have to just defend well, score that one goal, and defend well, especially when team meets us. When most teams nowadays meet us with a low block and then counter. That's how
Yeah.
the game eventually unfolds. I mean, if you go through that game, I'm not sure if you watched it because it was the 12:30 kickoff. Did you watch it?
I watched it. Yeah, I watched it. I watched
Okay.
the first
So-
70 minutes. Yeah.
Cool. Toast, did you watch it?
I watched it, yeah, man.
Okay, cool. So I'll use some examples. So obviously Trossard scores the first goal. Second chance he went through, should have just gone down. That would have been a penalty.
Agreed. Yeah, I thought so too.
Should have gone down. That would be a penalty. We scored that. That's 2-0, more or less. Game's done. Because in general, I didn't think Everton really caused us major problems.
No.
So that would have been just game done. So it's kind of examples like that, Trossard, when you think sometimes use your head, right? It's just what it is.
But then again,
And
you can say that, but then you can use the Eddie Nketiah situation. He goes down,
Yeah.
and then you'll get booked for diving. So it's damned if you don't, damned if you do.
Okay,
situation like
fair
that.
enough, but I feel like the Trossard, I would be surprised if anyone says that's not a penalty because Tarkowski just goes in as a madman, right? And you use that to your advantage. That's a pen. Then this is the point I brought up so many times about Odegaard. You saw that chance where Tierney crossed it in, and any midfielder that smells blood connects with that ball at least on target. Right,
what he did,
and
bro.
those are those examples where I have an issue with Martin Odegaard, where he's not clinical. He doesn't smell blood. That's not him.
But that
And
used to be
those
bread
are
and butter for them.
I mean, used
2
to
seasons
be
ago.
is very
2 seasons ago.
very kind of loose. Fair enough. I don't know, but it's just
Who
very
fell off
loose.
more, Shalom? Foden or Odegaard?
Ooh, good question.
And be honest, man.
I'll say this.
And be honest.
Well, I guess Foden has more numbers than Odegaard. That's a good question. I would say more Odegaard this season. I just haven't been impressed.
But
with
you
him
can
this
blind. You can blind him. He's been injured. I think
season. Yeah,
Odegaard
I
has a
can
blind.
blind him. Yeah, I can blind him. But yeah, just those are essentially just to answer your question, man. Those are very few examples where we could be ruthless. But one of the issues with the point you've raised is that we just don't have good attackers to get those goals. We're playing with was it Marino or Trossard up front? That
Trossard
was
up
it.
front.
That Trossard up front, yeah, and that was our 9. You get so we need better reinforcement just to take those chances. I'm not sure what Toast thinks.
Man, you said you're speaking my language, my bro, man. There was I'm in an Arsenal group chat and I started a message from a few months ago that it's just rung true all season, innit? Someone said Arsenal play margins football with players that aren't decisive. It's a madness. That's basically like the long and short of it. Like I'm happy, and I've said it many times, I'm happy with the overall philosophy of the team because I have gone for years and years of going to Bolton away, going to Stoke away, and getting slapped up. Can't defend corners, can't defend set pieces, can't defend counterattacks. Do you know how many counterattacks I've seen at the Emirates from just not being able to manage games? So bring me a manager that can actually manage a game. I'm good with that, but not at the expense of your attack. Unfortunately, as a result, we've lost the beautiful football. We've lost that Alexander Haleb football, that Alexis Sanchez football, that Thomas Rosicky football. People used to come to the Emirates, and yeah, they used to beat us, but boy, you were going to be entertained. You know what I mean? There was going to be goals, and for me, it just rings true that we're not decisive up top. You bought Havertz I know Havertz ain't played in months, and I don't care, bro. You bought Havertz as an 8, and you want to go band for band with Liverpool and City with Havertz as your 9, but you bought him as an 8. Like, come on, think about your life. Like, think about what you're doing here. So for me, today, last week, a few weeks ago, I was a different gooner. Today, I'm the sleepwalking gooner, bro, because I genuinely feel like we're just sleepwalking through the end of this season, bro. Like, the league's been done for weeks, but at least play with some pride and win out the rest of your games. You know what I mean? Like, bro, you're going to Everton and drawing, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, have some pride, man. Like, it's just bad. Offensively, we're no threat. We're just no threat, man. And it's just, yeah, it feels like I'm watching my football team like half, like the glass is like half empty, glass is like half full. It's weird, bro. Like this period of time, we're probably not gonna fall lower than second. We're not gonna win the league. It's just basically autopilot to the end of the season, bro. It's ugly, and yeah, man, the reinforcements we need in the summer could not come sooner, man. Could not.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of your league, league standing, you perfectly described it. I think, yeah, as a Liverpool fan, I feel the exact same way. But obviously, we'll touch on Liverpool later. But obviously, tomorrow you guys got an exciting tie against Real Madrid. Champions League. That's you still got you actually still got something to play for. So based on the selection that Arteta put out, it shows that where Arsenal's kind of priorities are. What do you guys think? Like, do you guys think like, yo? Because I know Toast, you've been a bit pessimistic about this. Other Arsenal fans that I've spoken to, they're like, yo, let's just go for the Champions League and see what happens. Like, we've seen how Real Madrid have performed as of late. I've been seeing Real Madrid this whole season. They've not been good, defensively especially. Is there chances for you guys tomorrow?
I think there'll be chances over the two legs, my bro. I'll be real. Like, I don't think like it's a foregone conclusion that Real Madrid. I don't see a situation where Real run up the score in either leg. Do you know what I mean? And like, it's a really lopsided aggregate scoreline. But I've said this for years and years that the Champions League just comes down to those fine margins and those world-class moments. And I don't see where we're gonna have them in the most crucial times. We'll play a perfect game for 75 minutes tomorrow. And then Vinny will slide one ball in to Mbappe, bang, goal, and it'll be in the away end as well. And then the Real Madrid fans will just be getting mad. I've already seen it, bro. I've seen it happen already, bro. We'll play a perfect 75, 80 minutes, bro, and they'll take the lead 1-0, and that's basically tied done. Like pound for pound, bro. Madrid's team is like a cheat code, bro. When you actually deep it, like position for position, bro, midfield and attack is crazy. So, but yeah, man, like I said, man, we're not at full strength. This is not the Arsenal team I would want going into a quarter final of a Champions League against Real, if I'm honest. So I'm not holding my breath, but I think it will be a competitive two legs. I think it'll be a competitive home game. We'll try and use the fans to get behind us tomorrow, but I mean, I just don't see how we're going to be able to score enough and have enough quality to win the game. Personally, I see it being maybe a 1-1 draw or 1-0 Real in it.
What do you think, Mace?
Yeah, I do agree with Toast to points. I've just been weighing up in my head because you have to think about tactically how that game is going to go, because you don't want to dominate the football, and then try to go via that domination route, because what would happen is you play right into Madrid's hands. Because if you dominated, they would just hit you on the counter, and they have the perfect players to do that. So the question is, how do you deal with that? Do you just give Madrid the ball and press them? And like it's a very difficult one, because say we had Gabby in that team, I would have been a lot more happier to go into this game thinking,
100%,
okay, cool, bro. We can probably defend, maybe, because we shouldn't be losing this game, a draw at most, right? But Madrid's defense isn't as good, right? Courtois is meant to be coming back. If they had Lunin, I would have been.
Yeah, that Courtois is he's just
the
a
same
devil,
Lunin that they were linking with Arsenal.
Yeah, if they had Lunin, it would have been a different conversation. So it's a very difficult one to call, because we know the threat Madrid has, and you have to account for that. I just see, like Toast said, which is a very vivid way he put it, that slide rule ball from Jude to Vinny or to Mbappe, and because I know this season, even though we have been going on about Konate, Saliba hasn't been his best. You understand? So I'm not going to that game confident that
this season only?
Yeah, mostly this season, but let's not run this season only.
Don't worry, we're gonna get onto your centre back soon, bro.
You guys will not apologize to me, and that's what hurts me.
Don't worry.
Don't worry. Nah,
yeah,
you know what? I think. Yeah, go on, finish.
No. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
No. You know what? I think Arsenal. You guys have a chance, man. I think obviously with especially Bukayo Saka being back, Martinelli. You guys, a lot has been said about Martinelli, but till now, I don't subscribe to Martinelli being whack or being he's a very, especially against what game, not Everton, was who did you guys play?
Fulham.
Against Fulham. He was
Yeah.
your main man, though. He was your main man, bro. That guy was attacking, and I think obviously Gabriel Martinelli, he has. I don't want to say X factor. He hasn't got X factor, but he has something that that I like. There's something I like about Martinelli, and he's going to be also very key in the Madrid game. Bukayo Saka on the other end as well, where you saying that he's not a score first merchant, whatever. I totally disagree with that as well. He can score in different ways, similar to my left winger in it. So I think like with those two, you have every chance. It's just like, who are you going to put up front? That's the choice. Is he going to put Marino? I don't think he should. I think
he should go Trossard. Yeah,
I think he should go Trossard, in my opinion, because it will make him more dynamic. Defensively, obviously, Kiwior, that's he's going to be a big question mark. So it depends if he's going to put Timber or Ben White there. I think he should put Ben White there, put Timber right back, because I think Timber will be able to go band for band with Vinny. He'll lose a couple battles, but he'll win a couple battles. Knowing Timber. He'll do the shit house free. Miles Lewis Kelly is the joker of the team. They don't know too much about Miles Lewis Kelly.
I actually think he needs to have a big game. Yeah, I agree.
Exactly. He needs to have a big game. So I think Arsenal have every chance, especially since the way Madrid are playing this season. Bro,
over two legs or just first leg?
No. Over 2 legs for sure. But this first leg is so important that you need to not lose.
I just think it's when Toast talks about margins, especially going forward, I think the fact we lost Gabriel, the defensive margins is more paramount. So if you look at that Skelly's penalty against Everton, why did Kiwior leave that ball to bounce? That's what we talk about margins. Like your spider sense tells you clear that ball. Gabby would have done it or would have closed or helped Miles Lewis Kelly, right? So those margins, those defensive margins, I think will come to bite us in this leg.
But it might work in your favor the other way around as well, man. It might work in your favor
so
as well.
It's a toss-up, but of course, I think any betting man would bet for Madrid just because of their Arsenal up front. But yeah,
I don't even think that, man. I think the Madrid thing is the heritage thing. I think that goes against Arsenal so much.
Of course.
And
no, it does.
And I think like people been saying that these are the nights that Arsenal need to create. You guys actually need to create some sort of history in the Champions League, because you've been in the Champions League quite a lot. I think in the past 20 years you've been in the Champions League more than Liverpool, but yet Liverpool has gone to do more than you guys in those 20 years. You know what I mean? So I think it's time for Arsenal to step up, and obviously the crowd needs to have. I hate you guys as much. I hate you guys a lot, but in one way or shape or the other, Madrid are European ups in it. So I kind of want to see Arsenal do something in it. Like I'll not be upset or something, man, because you might need it, man. you might kind of.
If you talk about history, we have done it against Madrid. So it's just
no. I get that you've done it. History can repeat itself, but I think like in larger terms, in terms of the Champions League, Madrid has that aura, has that. They've been here before. They've been the underdog against the English team in this stage before. They've done it before. They've been 3-1 down with injury time, and they've scored 2 goals in injury time and proceeded. They've done all this, you know what I mean? So I think that might go against Arsenal. But in terms of like quality, in terms of like manager, in terms of like knowing how to put the pieces and win a game or get a result, I think Arteta is more than capable to do something, man, for sure. Based on this season, innit? Both teams, man. So yeah, man. Let's see how that will go tomorrow. But if you lose, of course, you know what I mean, I'll be there as well, innit? You get me? Depending on how you lose. Let's quickly go over to the other games as well. Crystal Palace, obviously we mentioned that as well. Crystal Palace beat Brighton 2-1. Brighton lost the previous game as well in midweek against Aston Villa. They lost back-to-back, so their grip on like getting Champions League football, they're kind of losing sight at the moment. I think they're currently in 9th, 47 points. It's still possible, but they were in a good position 3 weeks ago, so now it's looking a bit tight for them. Crystal Palace, though, they are running it back because they started the season horribly. But like I said, the previous episode, man, the manager, he's turning it around, and they're close to European places, conference places at least. So if they keep going, it'll be a big shout. Let's kind of discuss the Nketiah thing as well. I know we touched on it earlier, but yeah, that was horrific refereeing again.
Shambolic,
Nketiah,
man.
that should have been. I looked at it and I was like, yeah, that's a penalty, but for some reason he got a yellow. The second yellow was definitely a yellow.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, he was moving mad. He was trying to say that the sun was in his eyes, bro. I was like, bro, you studied his head, bro. Yeah, he was moving crazy for that one, though. But it's like, obviously, that's like a kind of like a mini derby, in it. So there's always something about Crystal Palace and Brighton that's quite charged. There was obviously 3 reds in that game. Yeah, no, it was a good game.
Yeah, I think the third red as well for Van Hecker as well. Obviously, Matt Swiefer is a player that that came from Feyenoord. I liked him a lot at Feyenoord, but I think he seems to be a bit out of his depth in the Premier League so far this season. And that red card, I don't know if you guys seen that game.
That was all him.
That was
his back pass. Yeah, man.
Terrible.
It's so funny because Van Hecker just started walking to the tunnel.
Yeah.
He knew immediately.
And I know he's got to at him. I knew.
He was vexed. he had to foul him, bro. Like,
and if you look at the replay, if you look at Matt Swiefer was he didn't even look at him in the eyes.
Completely stitched up his teammate, bro.
Yeah, crazy. Man. It was terrible, man. He's had a horrible debut season in the Premier League, man. But yeah. Let's see, man. Let's see how his next season will end up for him. Ipswich lost to Wolves in the relegation. Can we call it a 6-pointer? I mean, maybe. I think definitely it all but confirmed that Ipswich will probably go down as well. Yeah. I think they won midweek, right? They beat Bournemouth, yeah. So it gave them slight hope. Bournemouth away, good result as well. West Ham v Bournemouth ended in a 2-2 draw. Bowen and Fulkrug with the goals. Aston Villa with a 2-1 win against Nottingham Forest. I don't know if you guys saw that game, but Nottingham Forest, they piled on the pressure in the second half, man. It was not enough, but you could clearly tell why they're third in the league, man. I think they'll get legit, Champions League, man. I think Champions League is.
I have no doubt, bro. Like
because they're on 57 points. Newcastle 5th. Sorry, City 6th with 52 points, 5 points. I mean, there's still a lot to play for.
Yeah, who are they playing next? They're playing Everton next. Then who else?
Apparently, Villa was supposed to be one of their most difficult games left. So I think personally they'll be fine.
Everton, Spurs away. Everton and Spurs away. Then Brentford at home.
As crazy as it sounds, and obviously I know there's a gap, but I genuinely feel as if Forest have a better chance than City right now of finishing the top 4. And I know there's a 5-point gap, obviously, so it's easy to say that, but the way City are just almost sleepwalking as well, the way through the rest of the season. While Forest, that was their first bad result in a while, if I'm honest. So yeah, man.
Yeah.
Shout out Forest, man. Obviously they beat United as well. Anthony Elanga with the only goal. However, I felt like United, I watched extended highlights. I felt like United deserved at least a draw, man. I think they played decent.
Yeah,
they played decent in that game, to be honest. Brentford v Chelsea, West London. Is that a West London derby?
Yeah.
Ish. And ended in a 0-0. Nothing. Chelsea's been horrific past couple of weeks. They did beat Spurs, but that's a normal result for them, to be honest.
That's normal, bro.
That's normal. Fulham, another West London team. Fulham against Liverpool ended in a 3-2 dub for Fulham against Liverpool, and obviously before that, Liverpool played against Everton, Merseyside derby, which ended in a 1-0 win for Liverpool. But yeah, we played Fulham away. I was watching that first half thinking, first of all, I was thinking when McAllister scored, I was like, calm, this is going to be 4-0. That's what I was thinking. We're going to run up the numbers here. We'll extend the gap on Arsenal, 14 points. We will win the league at Spurs. Calm. We can still win the league at Spurs because obviously Arsenal dropped points in it. But after that, I don't know what happened with the midfield, with the defense. I don't know what was going on. First goal. Let's discuss the first goal even. So the first goal, that was Sessegnon, right? So that was Sessegnon crossing the ball. Jones, I don't know what he's doing. He's trying to control the ball in the box. It bounces off his knee. Sessegnon creeps behind Van Dijk and Robertson. How does Sessegnon get back on that ball? I don't know. He hits it. Boom. Left foot. Calm. 1-0. I'm like, calm. Second, what was the second goal?
Iwobi.
Alexander Iwobi. Now, this goal, I do not understand.
Robertson
bro,
is
Robertson
a head case.
passes the ball square. I tell my underrate team, and they understand now. They didn't understand in September, but my underrates understand now. My defenders never pass a square ball through the middle, sideways. This 8-year-old, bro. Robertson, you're a professional footballer for how many years? Where are you passing to?
I keep looking at the replay. This is it, bro. Like, where I'm looking at the replay. Like, where was he passing to, bro? Like,
it wasn't going to Jones.
It's a hospital pass. Because if it's to Konate, it's already a hospital pass. Because there's a man right there. So,
but say less.
Yeah,
say less, because there's still a lot that needs to happen. You know, he passes it. I think it gets to, who did it get to?
It goes to Iwobi.
Iwobi, yeah,
and
he
brings it down.
Iwobi brings it down. Now Iwobi tries to cross it to someone, to Muniz, I think, but then Van Dijk or someone clears it, and then it gets back to Iwobi.
It gets back to Iwobi.
And then Robertson again.
Robertson is in the wrong place again. How can you make two mistakes in one action, bro?
Bro, when I said in the Euros, when Scotland got kicked out, when I said thank you and sell Robert, you might were laughing at me, bro. Robertson has been dire, bro. Robertson, he's in this like Liverpool team, in this iteration of Liverpool, legend, absolute legend. Like he's contributed to goals defensively. He's been solid for like 3 seasons. At one point, he was like the best left back in the world, man. Like he was that good. Like, this season, can you believe that Robertson has no assists? Can you believe that?
Yeah. I'm not surprised, bro. He's even his crossing has regressed, man. I was watching a game with my brother the other day, and he was like, Robertson cannot cross anymore. He genuinely said that, bro. No assists.
Calm,
criminal.
Calm. 2-1. It can't get any worse, right? Calm.
It can't.
Rodrigo Muniz. Now, Virgil van Dijk, obviously, greatest, whatever. Can't catch him on a mistake. We saw in the Merseyside derby, if he was that game, we saw he was doing up Higgy. That was one of his worst performances I've seen from him in a minute in the Merseyside derby. This half as well, he was Higgy. That goal.
Where's he going?
How?
Yeah.
Where are you going? Because he's so eager to go get the ball, bro. Like, bro, the players in front of you. Where are you going, bro? Come on, man. Can't happen. Great goal. And great touch. But can't happen.
But it can't happen. But then, obviously, that's just the goals, bro. That's just the goals. There were even more mistakes. Before it was 0-0. Explain to me what Konate... Explain to me what Konate in our box, in our not even the 16, in the what's the square, the 8, in the 4 or the 8, the D
6-yard box, bro.
What
bro, he tried to drag the ball, bro, in his 6-yard box. And then you know what's even so funny? Did you see his reaction? He was like this. Whilst
play was going on, you know. Whilst play was going on, he was handing his head.
The whole Liverpool backline, Snifko came before this match, bro, because you, man,
100%.
wanted to kill Kelleher yesterday, bro.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Every last man made an individual mistake. It was crazy.
It was absolutely crazy, man. And then, obviously, second half, as you know, obviously, Slot, he likes to wherever. Second half, we came out strong. Had a few good chances. I felt like we could have made it 3-3, but in the end, definitely deserved from Fulham. Deserved win. I can't complain. Diaz came on and did bits. I think Harvey Elliott came on and did bits. Nearly scored a good goal as well. But, you know, again, this is what I say, man. You know, there's a lot of criticism on Mohamed Salah lately. You know, when he doesn't play, when he doesn't play well, he doesn't contribute. Criticism goes on him. But I always say, what are the others doing? There's never criticism on the other players, and that's what irks me, because you can't have someone that's been carrying you for the large majority of this season. You're in this position because of me, and then when I'm allowed to be out of form for a couple of games, but my co-stars can't help me out. Luis Diaz does what he does, obviously, but the others, Gakpo, anonymous in the game. Dragged. Nunez, last couple of games, every time he's coming on, it's like Hoyland, bro. You might as well stay on the bench, bro. We might as well play with 10 players, you know what I mean? So,
man.
Shalom, you wanted to say something, man?
Now I was just naming like Szoboszlai. Jota didn't really do much. Well, didn't score.
He had a huge chance that he should have scored, missed. You know what I mean? So I think the Salah criticism of him not now, bro, it's so hard, man. Especially because no one else is at it. No one else is getting at it. That's my point.
But that's what happens though. When you have a player that carries a team, when he doesn't carry that team, you have to look for the other players. And when the other players aren't performing, it's long. So that's basically a symptom of of Salah being a great player. It's what it is.
Yeah, of course. I get it. I just feel like people don't look at it that way.
I think like sometimes Liverpool, you just have to just like, it is what it is, counting your blessings, because you're having this lack of form at a time when you've more or less wrapped up the league.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. So if you were in this situation and you were 3 points above Arsenal or literally the league is going to the wire. Now this
it would have been different, of course. Yeah,
it would have been different. So in this situation, you're like,
yeah, my thing is it's similar to like what Toe said, right? Like I said in the group chat as well, man. Have some pride, bro. Like this is what happened in the last time we were champions as well, where I felt like we're blitzing away every team. Go for that Arsenal Invincible. Have some pride. Like try and go for some records. If you can't go for Invincible, go for City Centurions. Both of them, we flopped it. You know what I mean? So this season, try and at least do something, like get as many points as possible. And I said this since January, I've been seeing that these players, with the huge gap that there's been between us and second place, they've already felt in their mind that they've won. And I've seen this in January. So they're just counting down when it's like mathematically impossible for Arsenal. Yeah. That's what it looks like to me.
You're like limping across the finish line rather than
across, and you don't want to win. Yeah. You don't want to win the league like that, bro, because you already got kicked out of the FA Cup by Plymouth. you lost the Carabao Cup final in horrific fashion, and you lost against PSG in the Champions League at your own ground, innit? So at least win the Premier League with like 90+ points. Do it in a good way, man. Like that's just my only thing. My fear that might not happen. And I don't want to win the league with like 85 points, 86 points. We had 83 points last season and we were third. So you don't want to win the league 83 points whilst being first. Know what I mean? Like do it being good, man. So let's see. Hopefully our next 2 games is against West Ham and Leicester. That should be 6 points, but you never know, man. Yeah. You never know, man. Like I said earlier, Spurs, they lost to Chelsea, but what's new? And then they redeemed themselves against Southampton. Again, normal levels. Johnson with 2 goals and Matisse still with a penalty. But that means that Southampton is officially relegated. The earliest time for a team to get relegated. That's a mad record. I didn't know that was with 9 games to go. Sorry, 7 games to go. I thought that would have happened already. But so they're worse than Derby then, officially, which is mad. Thoughts?
Southampton are a disgrace, man. They're an absolute shit show, man. And everywhere that Aaron Ramsdale goes, relegation follows him, innit, man? So yeah, man. This is normal, innit, man? This is normal. How can you have on your CV 3 relegations, bro? Like
4.
Like, come on. 4.
He was on low Chesterfield, relegated there as well.
I don't say we're counting that one. I'm dead.
But 3 Premier League relegations is pretty bad, to be honest. But even in this game, like you could tell that he's a very good shot stopper. Like even in this game, like Spurs should have run up the numbers and he made some fantastic saves. But it seems like he's always at clubs where the defense is shit. So when he was at Arsenal, obviously, he had a good defense. So then he looked semi-competent. But then when you guys, bottled the league, then it was kind of his doing, lack of concentration or whatever. But
yeah,
I think a goalkeeper like Aaron Ramsdale, clearly he needs to be at a club where like he has a good defense in front of him. That's where he will look good.
Yeah. I mean, he's not going down to the Championship. I think we can all agree he's staying in the Prem.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
I think he's happy to be.
Now I'm hearing Newcastle after him.
Newcastle.
Yeah, because remember they were after him
over Pope.
the season when we wanted to sell him. They were after him. Newcastle were after him. I'm hearing Newcastle are after.
I wouldn't even have Ramsdale over the Bravka, man. I'll be real. Not right now, man. So boy, that's number 3. Third choice.
Yeah, fair enough, man. But is he gonna go there as a second goalkeeper again?
Probably as a number 2 because he ain't better than Pope.
That beats going down to the championship. I can't lie. What are you doing there? Them 40 games. Fuck that, bro.
All right, man. We still got 2 things to discuss, man. Let's start with obviously we discussed City, but KDB announced his retirement, man. Not retirement, sorry. He announced that he's leaving Manchester City after what is it? 10 years? He came to 15, I think.
10 years, I think.
10 years, yeah. A decade at City, which ultimately meant a decade of huge success. We coincided with huge success. He played under 2 managers, Pellegrini, and then also obviously Pep Guardiola, which obviously under Pep, he saw huge success. How do you guys describe his time at City, first of all?
My number 1 for best midfield in the Prem.
All time, yeah?
All time. And that's...
I'm there, man. I'm there as well.
That's me.
Number 2 for me.
Yeah, I know you said Gerrard, but
Gerrard will always
Gerrard.
be 1 because with all respect, Gerrard single-handedly kept Liverpool relevant for the better part of 2 decades, bro. Like, even in that era where you guys weren't really competing for the league, I know there was a couple of seasons under Benitez and Houllier where you were close, but like in terms of like winning the FA Cup and like winning the Champions Leagues, Gerrard instrumental, man. I've never seen a guy, bro. Is like genuinely Mr. Do everything, bro. Like, and I know I don't want this to become a best midfielder of all time debate, but there's not one thing that Gerrard could not do on that pitch. And in my opinion, like KDB doesn't have like those defensive attributes or those tackling attributes that Gerrard had. So for me, as an overall player, and I would say Gerrard's passing, maybe not better than KDB, but close. It's in the same echelon, in my opinion. Long range passing, short range passing, assists. Like KDB
was Gerrard on?
No,
yes,
no.
Listen. Was Gerrard on the money like KDB?
Yeah. Arteta describes that
KDB. That's what KDB. KDB was on the money, bro. On the money every single time. And I don't think Gerrard was that. I don't think Gerrard was that passing.
I personally think his passing.
I don't even think Gerrard's passing is on the level of Paul Pogba. I think Pogba's above him as well.
What?
100%. 100%.
Wow.
Bro, Liverpool fan, bro. I've lived through the Gerrard era, so you can't, you know what I mean?
No, but that's my midfield goat, innit? So
yeah, I understand.
For me,
same here, bro.
Gerrard's long distance passing. Gerrard had that deep cross on lock as well before KDB was even doing it. Before KDB was even doing it. I remember the Torres' best season. Oh my god, them two were hooping.
Gerrard in the 10. Hey. But KDB.
Can't say enough about him, man. Like honestly, like they got to a point in his peak seasons where it was like a cheat code. Like he would pick up the ball, spray it, he'd then run into that cheat code position on the right channel. It would somehow come back to him, and he's just whipping it, bro. Sterling back post, Sane back post, Haaland back post. Take your pick, whichever attacker it was, someone will be there, bro. Like it was a cheat code, and it was unstoppable, bro. You knew where he was gonna be, you knew the positions he was gonna take up. Didn't matter, man. Unstoppable. Like,
and not only that, he could finish as a striker. I think that's so underrated about KDB. Like his ball striking was better than certain strikers,
left
bro.
Foot, right foot as well. Left foot, right foot.
That? Do you guys remember that game where the keeper launched the ball and the ball was coming to KDB's head? He literally headed a curved pass to Aguero. One time curved pass to Aguero.
Headed a curved pass, you know.
I'm gonna send you that video. It literally just curved everyone put Aguero on. I just looked at that and
Bro.
thought, Jesus.
We don't doubt that, man. Like, yeah, KDB, man. Like I said, for me, he's number one. Gerrard is number two. I think last couple of seasons I've switched it because I was long on the Gerrard is better than KDB, and I was arguing with people, but I think it's undeniable, man. I think if you also add in the fact that KDB has won titles, but like single-handedly won titles, and I always look at the 13-14 season and we say the slip or whatever, but Gerrard, it was you that slipped, bro. But I get it. I get it. It was you that slipped, bro. You know what I mean? So it's poetry for the opposition fans, but KDB has dragged City to titles, bro.
Again, sorry for making this a Gerrard KDB thing, but I think we actually have to understand that Gerrard did not play in half as good as teams or surrounded with half as good as players as KDB. Like KDB is obviously, no, he's not a product of his environment, but it helps that he had some fantastic attackers. And
can I ask you something? Do you think, to what percentage do you think KDB would have done the same as what Gerrard did? Would he have been able to? Because maybe not in the maybe not in the Champions League, maybe not the defensive part in terms of Gerrard played right back and all sorts.
That's the thing.
But in terms of like match winning,
I think in some elements yes, but bro, Gerrard, if Gerrard loses the ball in the middle of the park, Gerrard in his prime would hunt you down, clamp you, grab the ball, and then spray it. Like, bro, Gerrard was doing crazy stuff in his era. And for me, obviously, they're just slightly different players because I'd say Gerrard is more well-rounded as a centre mid. Like, KDB is like a luxury sort of centre mid. Do you know what I mean? For me, in my opinion, he don't get involved in the tackling and too much of the aggressive stuff. And he can be a bit of a baby.
He doesn't really need to, yeah.
And this is why I think Gerrard's, in my opinion, better because Gerrard maybe had to do more, but I think Gerrard could do more as well. So that's just my opinion.
Facts. Also, what kind of, for me, marked Gerrard's like careers? I think I wanted to see him a different team where he didn't have to do all of that, where he just played ball and had other people. Like if he went to Chelsea or to Madrid, when he had other players doing that, I think then I would have.
If that happened, Gerrard would have been immortalized in history. I still maintain that. If he actually went to Chelsea after the Champions League final
in that era, because that's when Chelsea was just getting bread.
That's what Chelsea wanted him, innit?
Yeah,
and he changed his mind because I do think if we didn't win that final, he probably would have left.
Oh yeah. He would have cut.
Oh no, didn't you hear the story? He was being threatened.
Yeah, no. But he would have left, bro. I know, but he would have left.
Hoodman in Liverpool. Sure. They were onto his family, boy.
They were onto him, but he would have left if we didn't win the Champions League because that was an added hope for him. The Rafa Benitez manager, he would have left, I think. But yeah, you know what? Yeah, those two in there. But KDB, man, I've got nothing but good things to say, man. He's been a bane in terms of Liverpool, the battles that we've had, the title deciding moments that he's created. Like, if I have to recall, like the 21-22 seasons where we were seconds away from winning the league, and they just turned it around against Aston Villa. And he didn't score, but he was key. If it wasn't the assist before the assist, the pass before the assist, it was just annoying. Shout out KDB, man, and clearly he's washed. He's not the same. But injury is taking a toll on him. But we're not gonna at him too tough, man. He's allowed, man. Yeah, he's great, man.
No red cards. That's crazy. Just looking at his stats.
No red cards.
22 yellow cards. No red cards.
Horrible injury record, though. Absolutely horrible. Yeah. I think people like Kenna would still argue the fact that there was side with Toast in the Gerrard debate. They will argue the fact that City did win leagues without KDB as well, which is fair enough. Which is also fair point, which also happened, to be fair. But shout out KDB, man. And obviously, one of the other big news that happened during the international break as well was that noise came out that Trent Alexander-Arnold has all but secured his move to Real Madrid. Now, obviously, that came with a lot of fanfare, a lot of noise. from rival fans and Liverpool fans alike. Nothing has been confirmed yet by Real Madrid or Trent himself. Trent specifically, he's been quiet in regards to his contract situation. I think Mo and Virgil van Dijk, they've kind of been, loud with it. I think Virgil even kind of confirmed yesterday that he's looking to stay and that they're close to signing a contract. I heard today as well that Salah is close to signing a contract. But Trent is just being quiet. He's not been in the press, so you kind of know what time it is, innit? What are you guys' thoughts on this? And is he going to be a success at Madrid? How will this affect Liverpool? What's your thoughts?
Would he be a success at Liverpool? I mean, at Madrid? Yeah, of course. It's Madrid. I see both sides. I get it when Liverpool fans are mad that he should have signed a contract for you to get a fee, but you can't blame Trent because he signs the contract. Liverpool said we want 120. Madrid says we're not paying that. Trent doesn't go. Trent doesn't achieve that dream. So it's beneficial for him not to sign the deal. On the other hand, he's won everything he can for Liverpool. So that should be penance or like that's the cost of doing business. That's the way I see it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've won it. So what else do you want from me?
Mm-hmm.
So I see both sides, to be honest, man. But Toast, go for it.
For me, that's an academy boy that has won, as you said, mate, absolutely everything. Fine, over the years, you put money and time and love and blood, sweat and tears and investment into him. But at the end of the day, it's an academy boy. You man got him for £0, 0 pennies. So the whole we need to command the fee for him after everything he's done for you. Like when he's gone, the league titles, the 2 league titles and the Champions League and the FA Cup and the League Cup will still be there. Do you know what I mean? So for me, I'm not entertaining all of that chat. For me, if you really, really love a player who is the son of Liverpool, you let him go, bro. Do you know what I mean? Especially after he's accomplished everything. You let him live out his dream and to go and play for Real Madrid. I have absolutely no issues with it whatsoever. I think I've always said it. I've always maintained it. I know it's been a big debate amongst VARBAR. That's a generational talent right there. That's a generational right back right there. Like, there's only a handful of right backs in history that can slap free kicks the way he does, that can put it on someone's toe or on someone's head the way he does. Like, Trent, different level of baller, man. Even you can see the difference in Liverpool's play when he's not even playing, bro. Do you know what I mean? When you put, with all respect, a Quanta or a Bradley at right back. Like, Trent is different and fine.
Respect Bradley, though. Respect Bradley. But yeah, Quanta I'll take, but respect Bradley.
There's levels, though.
There's levels. And when Trent goes next season, as good as Bradley is, you will see the difference, my bro. You will see the difference.
We already seen it, bro. We already seen it. We already seen it.
For me, I have no qualms, man. Like, Trent is an unbelievable footballer, the sort of player that deserves to play at the highest level of football, of European football, which probably is Real Madrid. So let him go and like shine his wings, bro. I mean, he got you 2 league titles, instrumental in 2 league titles, instrumental in the Champions League. Like, what more do you man want? Like, come on, man. What are we doing there?
Yeah, I totally agree with you guys, man. I've always been on that stance anyway, man, with Trent. Like, you guys know from the start of the season, I was like, I'm happy for Trent to go as long as Salah as long as Van Dijk stays or Mo Salah in it. But Trent, like you said, man, kid of the academy, we paid £0 for him. Yeah, you guys echoed it all, man. So there's no need for the fans to be on Trent. Now, Liverpool fans, it was kind of funny, the memes that were coming out. Like, we spent years defending this, defending, and now... no. I was laughing,
shameless Liverpool fans
it's so shameless. Bro, Liverpool fans are the most shameless fans, bro. They're the worst of the worst, man. But man like Nevin, he's part of that train as well, where obviously he's part of the group chat. He's totally unhappy with Trent. He believes that Trent should at least leave for a fee. I totally disagree, man. Any type of anger should be directed at the club and at the club only. Like, Trent, even on a macro level, us working, bro, if I fulfill my contractual obligations, I'm gone and I'm going to the next place, bro. That offers me.
What more do you want from me?
Like, what more do you want from me? And even Madrid, the lifestyle, people underestimate that part very much, especially if you live in Liverpool, innit? If Liverpool's all you know, the prospect of living in Madrid, even if you're taking a pay cut, I'm living in it. So, you know,
and also the concept of, say, if you Liverpool were to get a fee, I don't think no one would have agreed. If Liverpool would have said, okay, cool, sign a contract and we would take 50 mil from you. People like, what? No, he's 70 mil.
Exactly.
At least 90 mil. You can't win.
Exactly. People was you can't win. Exactly.
You can't win.
Good point. So it's all bullshit, man. And I think also, like, for his talents, in the UK, in the Premier League, I've said it for years, like, he's not really appreciated. In like, look into our group chat only. In our group chat only, let alone the whole of football fans in the UK, how they think. Know what I mean? So he's not appreciated. I think in Spain they would appreciate him a lot more. I think the players that they have in Madrid would help Trent a lot more. If you think about 2 seasons back, the amount of balls he's put on the plate for Darwin Núñez, for example, and he's just fluffed his lines. Know what I mean? So I think Madrid, on the same basis as well, ever since Toni Kroos has retired, they're missing a player that can put it on the plate. And obviously we will see it like tomorrow. Like, that's one thing that they're missing in their team right now that can help from deep in. And I think Trent would be, it's a no-brainer from a Madrid's point of view, man, to get him in. Like,
I got a question
for free as well.
Sorry, just following this Trent conversation, because it's been a thought that's been kind of lingering in my mind. Do you reckon teams nowadays will have to pay that Madrid tax in regards to like their wage structures? So take someone like William Saliba right now. We know Madrid are looking at him. You know, he has that 2-year contract. Do you reckon Arsenal will say, we'll pay you 350 just to protect themselves? Because they know they don't want Saliba to run down his contract. So they agree.
What's funny?
Go ahead.
You know what's funny? Like, Trent and Mbappe both took a pay cut.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. So do you reckon teams
can do that, but if a player's made up his mind that he's going to Madrid, he is going to Madrid.
When you say
that is
Trent
fair
took
enough.
a pay cut, how do you mean?
Yeah, Trent took a. So apparently, the word on the street is that Liverpool has got a 300,000 a week offer on the table for him. That will make him the second highest paid player in Liverpool.
Oh,
so that's even above Van Dijk. But to go to Madrid, he said. The rumors is he's taking 150,000, but he might get a hefty sign-on fee, of course. But he's gonna earn 150,000 euros. You know what I mean? So that's even lower than what he's earning now at Liverpool. You know what I mean? So I think if a player's made up his mind to go to Madrid, so Shalom, my thing is what clubs need to do to protect themselves is to be early with giving that deal. So if you have to think, if it's 2 years left on Saliba's contract, Saka's contract, be there from now until the end of this year. Propose the 300 backs then. Don't propose it in their final year.
I totally agree. I totally agree. But the thing is, clubs are like, we're not going to pay you 300 because it breaks our wage structure, etc. What I'm saying is, wage structure. I agree with you. I agree with you. There's certain players that should have that kind of Madrid tax to them. Where you're like, okay, what do you want? We'll give it to you.
I agree.
Where the wage structure doesn't exist for certain players. No, 100%, man.
But I do think like the way Liverpool and Arsenal work, though, it's like a wage structure is in place, but the way they source talents as well, that kind of coincides with it. So let's say, okay, if we get rid of if Saka leaves to a Madrid, for example, we got Nwaneri, we got what's the 15-year-old? Like we got people in the pipeline, for example. So I think that's how like a Chelsea and City, for example.
Max down, man.
They'll max down on contracts. They'll do whatever, or they'll pay the premium fee for the replacement. Know what I mean? As in, we can't really do that. So that's the thing. Go on, Toast.
I was just gonna say that that's news to me. You know that he's actually taken a pay cut, and if anything, Liverpool fans should respect that more because it's not as if he's trying to shaft you, man. Do a money grab. I want 350k to stay. He's like, I've achieved everything I want to achieve. I'm actually taking a pay cut because this might have been a dream of mine, as well as being a Liverpool fan and playing for Liverpool, to play for the biggest club in the world. And he's taking a pay cut, man. So, hey, man, you man need to chill on him, man. Like, that's admirable, man. I rate that, honestly, I do.
Yeah. That's obviously for a Liverpool fan, it's shitty. Like, you know, no matter what coin I stand in, it's shitty. Because I don't think anyone would, even you guys, if this was like Bukayo Saka, for example, you'd feel it. You'd feel it more if it was Saliba.
100%.
If it was Saliba, you'd be like, fair enough. But if it was Saka, yeah, you would be like,
that's the son of Islington.
Nah, I mean-
100%. Exactly. I get
exactly.
It. I get it.
So with Trent, it's kind of the same, man. But I'm just happy that at least he's leaving with he's won everything in it. So it can't be like a potential Gerrard situation in 05 where he would leave with just a couple of cups. And
quickly on the Trent situation. Does he go down in the overall estimation of like the legends for Liverpool?
he shouldn't.
Just because of
He
this.
shouldn't. He shouldn't.
does
But,
he?
Why?
but he will. I think for the overall, he will. But he
Yeah.
shouldn't. Not in my
That's
eyes,
just
at least.
bitterness. I don't
He's
see
won
why.
more
that
than
is-
Gerrard.
Huh?
He's won more than Gerrard.
Yeah. Has he won more than Gerrard? Gerrard has won
No.
a lot, but just not the Prem.
Yeah, so we're talking about Prem as well, and
Yeah.
Prem.
So
So
he's got
he's
two
above-
Prems. Yeah. Trent is a bona fide legend, man. No matter what people say, no matter what Liverpool fans want to say, because he's not a one-man club, he's a
Set in
bona
stone,
fide
man.
legend. I think what hurts Liverpool fans as well is that it's Madrid, because
Come on.
Liverpool and Madrid, yeah, because
You
it's
might need to
Madrid, I think
forget
that's
all that,
what's-
man.
Yeah, I think that's
chill.
what's
I'll be
hurting
real.
him as well.
You might need to chill. You might need to chill.
Because
It's not like
I've
a
seen.
Barcelona, Madrid, Figo.
You know what I
nonsense.
mean, bro?
It's
Come on,
like,
man.
Yeah,
take
no, of
time,
course.
bro.
Donnies are trying
But we
to
face-
insert
but we-
themselves into
but-
a Liverpool
but we-
Madrid team. Come on, man.
But we
What are you
face
doing, man?
Madrid a lot in the
I hear it.
Champions League.
But
Yeah.
come on, like it's not even in the same country, bro. Like, what are we doing there? If it was like City or United, fair enough. Come on, Madrid.
Aye.
Like, don't get me wrong. I know they've beaten you in Champions League finals, and there's that long history. But come on, man. That Liverpool fans are just making excuses at this point, man. Honestly,
Yeah, man. To be honest, man, they need to let it go. I think Trent will leave, and it's just formalities at the moment, and he'll probably announce it, and then, yeah, man, at the parade, man, we have to treat him with the utmost respect, man. 1 hour and 32 minutes, man. We're clocking in, man. Let's head to the bar.
Wrap it.
yeah, man. I actually got a quick shot, man. I was thinking about this earlier, bro. Like, I'm gonna quickly shout out my Invincibles, innit, man. Arsenal 03-04. Like, I know obviously Liverpool lost the game earlier on this year, but obviously understanding that Fulham basically ended, what was it, a 26-game league unbeaten
27.
run? That was 27 games. Liverpool are gonna win the league. Liverpool are deserving of winning the league, but again, it speaks to how difficult it is, because I feel as if the Invincibles continues to get watered down, Mace, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's just the enemies are sipping the haterade.
Hateration. bro.
However you win the league, Centurions, 100
Kenna,
points.
they're at you. They're at you,
However
Kenna.
you win the league, to go a whole season unbeaten in the Prem is so difficult, because there's so many highs and lows. There's so many motivational things that go into it. There's so many. Going a season unbeaten is not easy, man. And this Liverpool team, who has basically dominated all year, and I know there's been a few like peaks and troughs from Jan, but even in this period where you've been a bit off form, you've not lost. This is your first loss, you know what I mean? Since what, Forest
Forest.
early in the season. So shout out to my young gunners like Thierry, man. Shout out to the Arsenal Invincibles, man, because it's an amazing feat. Like, and again, Liverpool with their second loss of the season just continues to reflect that.
My pockets are
Any
dry
shots,
over here,
Mace?
man. My pockets are dry.
Box are dry. No Trossard,
Yeah.
no Trossard, no Raya.
Did they accept Klarna? Because I might Klarna it. Bro. Pockets are
Have I got
dry.
any shots? I don't have any shots, man. I'm dry as well, man. To be honest, man, I don't know about you guys. Obviously, you guys have the Champions League, so I'm just looking forward to next season. That's where I'm
Yeah,
at.
same.
The league is a formality. I know people want to be like, oh, Liverpool are wobbling. I don't think so. I'm looking forward to next year. I'm looking forward to summer. I'm looking forward to Trent announcing that he's leaving and actually moving on from this season. That's what I'm looking forward to. So
If Salah and Trent leave next season, I think it will be a very, very competitive Premier League, innit, man? I would go as far as saying that would put everyone on somewhat equal standing. Do you know what I mean? So and
think?
it's up for grabs for anyone. 100%, man. Those are two huge misses, man. Salah was the difference this year. Like, and I'm not disrespecting Liverpool, but looking game to game, you without the Salah machine, I'm wondering how it would have looked. Honestly, because Jota's not been himself this year. Cody had a good patch in the middle of the season, to be fair. Diaz has not looked himself. So I'm very intrigued to see how Liverpool will look without Salah, genuinely. So let's see, man.
All right, man. Let's see, man. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, man. My name is Andrew, aka Rapping Drew. Mace Toast, thank you for joining me. We are the VBP boys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that jazz. We out.
Yes,
Peace.
sir.